Oh, a major life change for me this weekend from Miss to being married. And I think we have some photos that my photographer Alex Ham worked quick to turn around and share a few of them. There it is. So that was right after the ceremony, us leaving. We were laughing because we were like, whew, thank goodness we got through that without crying and losing it. Well, we have licensed professional counselor Angela Taylor here with me this morning to give me some newlywed advice. I think there's some things that people can use if you're a couple, any couple can use. And let's start with the biggest thing. And I know that there are a lot of arguments a lot of time over finances. Mm-hmm. And we've talked with a lot of our friends to figure out how they've done finances. It seems everyone does something different. Some keep their accounts totally separate. Others, will put money into a joint account, or they just combine everything. So what's the best advice?
Finances are one of those things that it's probably the #1 thing that couples argue about. Yeah. So really kind of setting that precedent early on is really important. What I usually find with clients is the best thing to do is have that joint account, but also maintain your separate accounts, and then kind of deposit into that joint account a percentage based on your income.
Okay.
And towards the bills and savings and that sort of thing. And then you can kind of buy the shoes and you don't have to explain how much they were, buy
right. So that's your little spending money that you can keep and have your stuff on the side, but at the same point you're still both contributing equally, in a sense, to the bills and all that other stuff that you have to pay for. Okay. Combining household. Now this is pretty interesting, I have to say, for the two of us, because we both lived separately and had tons and tons of stuff in two very different styles. And then we put our stuff together, and I think we have a photo of some Longhorns. So he had a lot of what I call guy stuff. And we were trying to figure out, well, how can we make it girly and guy stuff? So we took a lot of his guy stuff, and I picked out a few things just from listening to him that he said meant something to him. Those Longhorns his grandfather did. So we made sure there was a place in the house for those. And then some of the stuff that, I don't know, just didn't really need to be in the house. Well, we kind of got rid of those. And we did the same thing with my stuff, too. Did we do the right thing? Is that the way to do it? How do you make sure there's no hurt feelings?
Yeah, I think that's essential, is to really figure out what the meaning is behind the piece that they want to keep, so that you can kind of get emotional attachment there, too, and maybe want to keep that. But really, the best thing to do is maybe have guys' room, girls' room, but then combine things in different places, like the main living room, dining room.
So you're saying like a man cave is a good thing?
I think it's a good idea, because, some people don't want to keep that old grimy chair, but they're really attached to it, and you can just throw it in there. Nobody has to see it.
Right. So kind of pick and choose, but also have your own little spaces. Yeah. Okay. All right. And, having a family for us is a top priority. And early on, we talked about parenting styles. And I think a lot of it has to do with how you were raised as a kid and what it is that, you think is important. And that's got to be tough for some families.
Yeah, it's definitely essential that you're on the same page. You never want to come as a divided front. You want to come together as a team with your kids on discipline, how you want to raise them, that sort of thing. So it really is important to have those discussions early on and talk about what your expectations are.
What if you just don't agree on that? Is it a done deal then?
No, you've got to find some middle ground. There's something you're going to be able to agree on, and maybe sometimes one parent wins and the other parent wins, but it's important to always back the other parent up.
Give and take. And you also mentioned to me that alone time is really important, and spending time with your friends too.
Yeah, you want to kind of maintain your independence too. There's some great interdependence that happens with being a couple, but you also want to maintain those friendships. Make sure that you're spending quality time on yourself so that you can take care of the other people in your life.
Girl time and guy time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. You can find a link to Angela Taylor's practice on our website, myfoxdfw.com. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.